Hey everybody, it's Flyin Ryan here with a review of the Syma X12S Nano. Now this is a redesigned and upgraded version of the original X12 Nano. First you'll notice they've added prop guards, and one other thing you'll notice is the original version had the LEDs on the top here, which was something that I mentioned was kind of weird. Well, in this version they fixed that, and the LEDs are now out on the motor pods like the rest of the Nanos, so that was a pretty nice improvement. And for whatever reason they've changed the prop colors from white on the front instead of on the back, but you can change that if you want. And then the one other significant difference is that the yaw rate is now much more substantial on the X12S. It's still not super fast, but much faster than the original X12, which was really, really slow. And I believe this also has headless mode on it now, I think. They don't really mention it anywhere, but I'm pretty sure it does have that now. But yeah, here's the transmitter, which is their Xbox 360 style that they tend to use. You've got the two rates on the left bumper, and then the yaw doesn't change, but it is a pretty decent yaw. And I believe you press and hold it for headless mode if it has that. I'm not 100% sure if it does or not. And then the flip button, you press and hold the right button and then move the right stick in whichever direction you want to flip. You've got a USB charger and the 4 spare props. The internal battery is 100 milliamp hours like most Nanos. It only takes 18 minutes to charge, and you get about 4-minute and 15-second flights with a 30-second LVC warning after that. So pretty decent long flights for a Nano. Let's see. Oh, and it uses a new Syma protocol, so you can't use the X5C-1 transmitter with this like you could with the original X12, but you can use the X8C transmitter, so you get this big huge transmitter and you could fly this little Nano with it. But if you wanted a more traditional hobby grade style with sticks, you can use this transmitter with it, but that is a new Syma protocol, so those are the only two models that use that so far that I know of. You can recalibrate it by holding both sticks down to the right to recalibrate the accelerometer, and both sticks down to the left recalibrates the headless mode, or it blinks the LEDs at least, so I'm pretty sure this has a headless mode just like the new X13 and the X5SC-1 and all those. Even though it's not mentioned, I'm pretty sure it is in there. Let's see. Yeah, that's about all there is to say about this one. I mean, not a whole lot of changes from the original. You just got the faster yaw and the better LEDs are pretty worthwhile upgrades. These prop guards are pretty worthless. I mean, they work to block your fingers from hitting the props, but as far as like hitting into the wall, I think just with like the upward shape of them, I found that every time you hit a wall, it just pitches straight up like that and crashes. I mean, every time. It doesn't bounce back at all. It hits the wall and pitches into it and crashes. So they definitely do not work for continuing to fly, and they don't cover above the prop, so they don't protect you from the ceiling or crashing upside down or anything like that. And they are part of the frame, so there's no removing them. So not a huge fan of the prop guards, but they kind of look cool, and they will keep your fingers from getting nicked, so I guess they have some purpose. But yeah, that's all there is to say about it, so let's go take it for a flight around the kitchen. Alright, this is the flight review of the Syma X12S Nano. I'll be flying it with the X8C transmitter, just so I don't have to use the little Xbox 360 style one that it comes with. And start out on low rates. And this has quite an improved yaw rate over the original X12, so that's quite a good improvement. It's still not as fast as I'd probably like it to be, but definitely a lot faster than the original, which makes it much more flyable, much more nimble. And then it also has those prop guards now. Let's go ahead and test those out a little bit. Not bad. That was a pretty hard hit. Alright, do some flips. Oops. Not bad on the flips. A little bit slow on the recovery. I think this is a little bit heavier Nano, especially with the prop guards on it. It flies nice though, and that improved yaw rate definitely makes a big difference. This thing is much more maneuverable in small areas now. And the LEDs now are out on the edge of the motors instead of on the top of the body, so that's a good improvement as well. Let's go ahead and see what those look like in the dark. Oh gosh, come back. Go ahead and start off from the ground. Yeah, definitely visible. Much better than the original. You couldn't see them from below really at all, other than shining off the props. This is another one with red LEDs in the front, but they are at least visible. Not bad. Let's go ahead and turn some lights back on. Have a little bit of trim issues with this one. It wants to drift away on me. A little bit better. Just do a little bit more flying with it. Alright, I think that was all there is to show. Take her in for a landing. Oh, I wanted to get right in the center of the circle. But anyway, there we go. That's the Syma X12S Nano, the new and improved version of the original X12. Much better. This one is pretty awesome. Alright, we'll check the video description for a price and purchase link. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.